welcome to the Ekcolab International Training 2023. So let's start to understand what we stand for as Ekcolab. And first of all, we want to give a pre-understanding of what you're going to be doing as part of the training. So what is the training? So this course particularly is meant for WASH, environmental and water professionals from junior to advanced, which means anybody at university level, maybe a bachelor's degree or maybe undergrads or maybe master's degree and above, and some working professionals can be able to get a hands-on from this training to equip themselves more into the field. And this training is really composed of a lot of elements which will help most of you in your various sector. And by the end of the training, I believe if you guys will really put in effort to learn, then surely you'll be able to tackle real-time and real-world problems in water and environmental issues where we have them most commonly in our communities. So Ekcolab, as you know, we have been running programs or running activities over 2 to 3 years right now. And we have a core value for our persons, and the main mission behind Ekcolab is about youths and gathering more people with knowledge, because we believe as youths, we can't actually get the force we need without taking from different regions or different countries, people with diverse mindsets. And this is the reason why we are really interested in getting to work with youths. So what's our mission? It's to transform the water sources and environment of local and urban communities through scientific and engineering approach for a resilient and sustainable world. This is our mission, and our vision is to let all people and communities at all times have safe and clean water for use that is accessible, available, and affordable. Now, this is the team, the Ekcolab team, which is made up of the Cameroon team, which is found here. So you can see the founder, which is Mr. Ekole, and the person speaking. And then we have the vice president, you have the international program coordinator, and then we have the resource agent of Ekcolab. So these are the persons like in the Cameroon team, because Ekcolab is in different countries. You'll see that as we move forward. So you look at the pictures, you begin to think and you understand that this is a youth movement. It's not something which has been built before. It's not something which has happened before. It's more dynamic because we try to get everyone involved in the process. And if you can see, you look at the team, this is the international team. We have Mr. Ami Hassan, who started with the introduction. And then we have Chris Kaliki, who is the leader in Zambia. And then you have Miss Bekru December, she is the person who is going to take you on one course. I think she'll give a remark probably by the end of this presentation, probably. And then we have Mr. Tochukwu Ambrose, is the leader of Nigerian team, and as well as the other leaders in Kenya and Zambia, which you can see on your screen. Okay, then we have also international team mixed with the team Cameroon. So we have here the leader of Ekcolab in Malawi, Mr. Lawrence Luke, and then Chukwuzo is the head of youth recruitment in Nigeria. He's also very feminine and working with Mr. Tochukwu Ambrose. And then we have Sonia Larissa. She's the active assistant vice president in Cameroon Ekcolab movement. And then we have backup Michelle. She's the supervisor of technical works, and she's in Cameroon. So this is how we devise, and all of the pictures you've seen is just about the youths, and it's very active movement, and we are ready to bring in more people and people with knowledge and high capacity. So what can we do, or what are we interested in doing as Ekcolab, as people moving to another level, people changing the dynamics in the water and environmental sector? So these are the different things we can do. because we have all expertise from all field of studies. So we can do water quality testing and analysis. We carry out environmental control, biodiversity, and hazard management, hydrogeological and groundwater modeling, flood management, greenhouse gas reduction, research, and technologies such as methane catalysis deactivation, and climate change food security, water and environmental pollution, youth volunteering, training for water and environmental leaders, which is one of the training you're doing. We have other trainings which we actually carry out throughout the year. The last one just finished 2 months ago. So we do waste management, and then we do GIS and remote sensing technologies for climate, water, and land. And then we also focus on community health analysis, which is something which is very important when it comes to epidemic outbreaks and other difficult situations for communities. Okay. So our past activities has really been a little bit of really great moments because we have run in some difficult activities, but more of about education and training more leaders in all around the world. So writing our stories, we can just go direct to the pictures and without wasting time. So this was the first training that was held in Cameroon and in Nigeria simultaneously. We held this training for university students, community water personnel in local communities. We call them community water groups. So these leaders took part into this training, and they understood some little basics of what it's all about to cater for water resources and environmental control, and how to be able to predict and to be able to analyze community health problems. So these are students from university from different faculties, such as biochemistry, chemistry, microbiology, geology, geophysics, environmental science, and you can name other faculties such as geography, economics, social management science, psychology, and the rest, anthropology. There are people who were really interested to know about the community issues, and they joined this training. So these are students on field work because it was held physically, and these are the Ekcolab team leaders on the field training these students from different areas in Cameroon and Nigeria. So this is a practical work which some of you will get engaged into in this training. Is going to be very exciting. So we also encourage women in Ekcolab, and that is why you can see that we are working not biased, but we have a fair chance of women in the team. And so we encourage women working as well, and we really work with the ladies. And you could see a very active lady doing analysis on the field. So this was the training and the handover of certificates, field participants. We have a lot of pictures, but we can't just put that. This is just to illustrate. So where we are located, our members, as I said before. So right now we have stable and moving team in Cameroon, Nigeria, Malawi, Pakistan, Kenya, and Zambia as of now. And we have other course network based on the training, which we have been conducting for over 3 years now. And so as a total, you can see from the score sheet, we have a global network members of plus 85, and we have educated more than 200 and trained more than 200 persons irrespective of their field of studies or what they are doing. And we have reached out to more than 10 communities all around the world. Okay, so our partnerships, we are part of the Global Youth Movement on Water and the 1 Million Youth Action Challenge. These are organizations operating in the Europe, and which we're part of it, and we're part of the movement, and we're partners, and we have been listed in their books. And also we have the International Project Congress, which is a very large board organizations of more than 180 countries, which comprise different action plans for youth organizations and also top organizations around the world, such as UNICEF and the rest. So we are part of it as well. So a recap of the training. I just want to give a little bit of brief of the training. So first, the training is scheduled for 1 month, and each participant is expected to go through the video lessons on YouTube for the 2 major courses. I sent the timetable the other day. We have WAT 501 and EFA 501. I think you can check that on the timetable. And then we have field works which will be done from the week 3 immediately after 11th of November, which means everyone who really wants to get full practical knowledge of this training needs to be able to do a field work. So it can be very, very easy for the person to know how to analyze community risks and waterborne diseases in local communities. So this is the reason why it's important to be actively engaged. So each participant, we have a coordinator to assist them online so they can fully complete their field work, which means that you'll be given to some like coordinators, for example, a group of students or a group of participants, we have some coordinators. You can call them online, you can send them text if you want to do your own analysis, maybe using the app which we have, the Ekcolab field survey application, or maybe you want to do your water sample, you don't know how to go about it. After the training, you'll be able to get to this coordinator. So field work will be carried out using the Ekcolab field survey application, Android and web-based. So this is the application. We can't really go details into it because it's just what you have to see. So this is how it displays, and we have some key analytical questions, and also you could be able to take a picture. You could be able to get a sample ID of what you're sampling, your geolocation, so we could be able to track where you are. And the most important thing and the most exciting thing about it is that this application can be used even when you don't have an internet connection. So it's good for some people who are living in some areas without internet connection. Once you install it, you go to the field, you can open the app without the internet connection and you fill in your data. Once you are online, the data is signed into the system and we could be able to access to know what you have done. So opportunities for you guys after this training. First is that you get to get opportunity, which is very important for some of you, for your career, by working with local and international NGOs as volunteers, such as the UN, the IRC, NRC, Caritas, WaterAid, etc. Working with local government and community councils to address their water and environmental problems, working with the Ministry of Environment and Public Health, field coordinators for water projects in local and urban communities, and as well as access to seminars and trainings, local and internationally. So this is it for today, and this is it for the brief rundown of the opening. And I think I'm a little bit fast, but it's good. So thank you for your time, and we are open up to get questions, and you can contact us using the different hashtags. You can find us on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram and Facebook. So thank you, and we are ready to get your questions right now. What you think about or what you have and what you expect. Okay, so thank you, and I wait for your questions. We give the floor open. It's great. So if you have a question, you could put up your hand. I see a question. Some you can put on your mics. It's okay, and ask your question. This is why we are here. If you have any doubts about the training, please, if you have to know something, you can put up your hand and you can say something.
There's one student is asking about will you be sharing slide after the presentation? Yes, the meeting will be posted on YouTube.
Yeah. We will share this video on YouTube, as well as if you want the slides as well, we could be able to send that. We need more people. You can see.
Yeah, people are still joining.
Some people are still joining now when we are done.
And ask again.
Any question? Okay, so without, if there's no question, I'll leave the floor to Mr. Tochukwu from Nigeria. He can say something about Nigerian team leader, and then next we go to.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. It's
Dear,
a pleasure to be here. Thank you for everyone who joined the meeting. And this training, it's prepared to be a very excellent one, a top-notch one, and most importantly, after going through the training, uh, you're going to become an expert in dimension course, both practically and in the industry and research-wise. So we've planned this course for a very long time, and we are happy that we are going to deliver it at the best time and the best instructors who are available. We have many people from different countries. We have memberships from Nigeria, which is the group where I'm leading, and we have generally Ecolab is a group of young professionals. That's what we call ourselves. So we are happy to have each and every one of you here, and just give your best to the training and just grow yourself. It's a very priceless training without no cost, but the cost will be your full attention and your ability to learn. And without doubt, you will apply a lot of it in real life scenarios. Thank you very much once again, and I wish you all the very best. Thank you for joining us.
thank you.
Okay, thank you. We have a question from Alicia, and then we go to Timothy.
Thank you very much for according me with this opportunity. I might start by saying that I'm very, very sorry for joining late. I had some other conversation from the other side where I had a visit at home. So I'm sure I didn't miss a lot. Since seeing that I know all the program and the commencement of the training, I would just say, or I would just encourage my fellow friends to say, let's keep up and let's also be, get organized, fully organized, so as to attend the training diligently, because this is one way of it is indeed a great opportunity, because we are going to have more things to do after, because I saw some points to creating to say after finishing there will be some other opportunities of us working with the international NGOs, local NGOs, local councils, and UN, so on and so forth. So this is a great, it's something great. And I'll just encourage my fellow members to continue and also to put in effort so that they can make sure that everything is done diligently. I thank you. I submit.
Thank you.
Let's go to Timothy, I think. Timothy?
Hello, am I heard?
Yeah, we're
Yeah, we
getting
can
you.
hear you.
Thank you. I'm Timothy Nyirenda from Malawi. Professionally, I'm a biomedical scientist. A question, and my question is, after the training, is Ecolab going to give us a certificate of recognition that we have been trained with you guys, or what evidence is going to be there that we have really been trained, so that we get engaged with the opportunities as you have just mentioned? Because we cannot be recognized just after training unless otherwise, but if there is something, maybe the doing of a certificate, maybe we can be recognized. So what's the way forward on that? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for your question. And this is what we do, and this is what we have been doing. And of course, you're going to have a certificate, like you saw in the presentation, which I presented. So certificates will be distributed. I don't know the country where you are, but it will be given online. That is digitally. You have your certificate. But we plan that some countries where we have membership, we could be able to see how to give these members the certificate physically, that is printed, and we can be able to send to them. So we are still working on that, but for sure, each and every one that go through the training, as it was mentioned in the introduction to the training document I sent on the group, It means that if you go through the training properly and you do your field work and you show interest and you show rigorous efforts, then at the end, obviously, you have your certificate. And for sure, the exam phase will not be like an exam, like just like it's like a difficult exam. No, it's just going to be some kind of little form to fill online, and you can submit. But the main thing we want from this training is active participation and dedication. And so that at the end of the day, we could be sure that our certificates, if we show someone, the person will be like, okay, yeah, you did something, and we could be able to recommend. This is why we are doing this. Thank you. Is there another hand?
There are questions in the chat. Kindly
I
more
saw a hand.
explanation on practical field work. John asked the question.
What was the question? I don't know.
Kindly more explanation on practical field work.
Okay, so about the field work, it's going to be very straightforward. We have on the training, like you start to watch some videos online, we'll send a link, and then you make sure you understand those videos, and we are going to have a Zoom meeting for questions and answers to be able to clarify you on your questions, which you have based on the video and that lesson, because it's a course on its own. So you ask some questions, you get to understand. And these two courses, the fieldwork course and the water quality course, is online on YouTube. So we'll send the link and you start following up with that. After that, on the 11th, from the 11th to the 25th, where we're going to have the last course, because on the 11th, we have a course, which is the water treatment systems and technology. So after the 11th, you guys need to start working on your field project. It depends on which community, which water source you want to go check out. Maybe a borehole, maybe a stream, maybe a spring. It depends on your community. You can do maybe one or two of these exercises. You access the environment, how it looks like, and dangers or possible routes of contamination to that water source using our practical forms online and using the app, which is everything is inside, to be able to rate the system. But mind you, we are going to have a training session on this, which is also going to be online on Zoom like this. So everyone who is going to go for a practical session, who is really ready to get something out of this training, needs to be in that online training session for how to use the Ekcolab Field Survey app and how to analyze community health issues and environmental issues. So we're going to have the training. Check the timetable, you'll see that it'll be online.
Another question, what happened to offline classes if it's possible?
What happens to offline classes if it's possible? Yeah, it's like we said, offline, because we are not going to be online teaching that course. The only courses which are going to be live will be water treatment system and technology and water quality guidelines and standards, which means that these courses are not on our YouTube channel. So you have to come online to have these courses. But for the other courses, they are on YouTube. After you watch the videos and the practical session that was being recorded for the previous trainings, you have to come for a question and answer session, which is very important for you to understand what you watch. Because if you come to that question and answer session without knowing what is going on, I can't, or we can't teach all of the course that day, because it's not programmed that way. We have programmed the course in a way that you have to watch the video online, and then you come for your questions. What you don't know, you can ask, like we're doing now. I think the question is clear.
Yes. Another question.
Is there another question?
Yeah. Which plan do you have for non-member countries to come on board? I mean, Uganda for now.
Okay, so it's a good question. Yeah, we are really interested in youths who are really active in their different countries, and to be part of the Ekcolab member country, it's going to be out of some decisions by the system and by the team. The various teams will come together, but that's not like a difficult procedure. But the main thing is the person who is seeking for membership in the country must be like someone really serious or someone really passionate about saving lives in local communities, helping out with community health issues related to water and environment. This is the main thing. And if we see that in you, then it's okay. And you'll be part of it. And that's how it goes. There is no fee for being a member country. There's no application fee or money or whatsoever. And this is why we also have online training like this for free. And we do this with passion. Is there another question? I think if there's no question, I don't know if Madame Bekuru is in the meeting, if she's in the meeting from Kenya, she can say something.
Oh, there's a question.
Yeah, because it's
Questions and answers. Oh, okay. There is one question you can answer, and there is one in the chat.
Okay, so
I will listen to William.
there's
a question here.
Yeah, we have a question from William. Yeah, let's listen to William.
Is there my question or suggestion, is there plans for Uganda to have coordinator or representative?
Yeah, it's the same thing. If they want to have representative, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. And let's get from Mr. Williams, I think. Mr. Williams. Okay, so I don't know if he's online or not. So I'm going to ask International Program Coordinator, please.
Yeah, Mr. William, you can speak. There is, I think, some network problem with him. He's trying to ask question.
Is he connecting the mic?
He came and left again.
Okay, so Madam von Tajo, please, you can say something related to the international corporations of members. What you think about it? Because I just gave an answer right now. That's your office. Most importantly, you can unmute yourself. I think you can't.
There's a general question in the chat.
Yeah, the questions raised, if I collect water samples in my community, what aid do you have to test the samples?
Okay, so like we said that the training, it's going to be like this, because since we don't yet have long cooperations with other water testing agencies. In fact, there are a few of these water testing agencies in the different countries, and this is why this training is held online. If not, we could do it in a such a way that we could visit each country and to train and to do the testing with equipment which we have. So we can't not extend that until we have a bilateral collaborations with maybe some kind of organization or government in that country. So we could do the testing. But the training itself is to help you to start from that point of how to collect the sample, water sample, which is a very elementary and necessary part you need to do. And after that, you'll be able to have another training. But we are focusing now on creating that relationships where we could start doing training from different countries and going. And of course, we have other things we are doing and other work we are doing. We don't just do what about training like this. So we also have other activities and projects we carry out. And hopefully we are working on a project now with the Zambia community to bring up for clean water, and all of our methodologies is going to be applied on that project. So for now, as a trainee, the resources will not be available for you in particular because it's going to be difficult. And maybe, I don't think maybe you have some kind of laboratories in your community running that. Okay. So, Mr. Prosper, are you online? Can you speak?
There is.
Can you say something? I think Mr. Prosper is there. I don't know if you can speak something about assessing of materials.
You can first listen this Mr. Williams. He came back again. I just want to ask him.
He really has a question.
Yes.
Yeah.
William?
Yeah, Mr. William, you can speak. We can hear you.
This is William from Uganda.
Okay.
I was a bit late, but my concern, I just want to understand what really Ekcolab mean. Yeah, the meaning of Ekcolab.
Okay. So
Yeah,
it's just simple to define it. It's, you see the two letters EK, and then you see CO, and then you see lab. So the EK is the initials of Ekcolab, and then you have CO, which means co, which means other professionals working with Ekcolab, and then you have the lab, which is what we call laboratory. And in this laboratory, it's both environmental and water. That is climate or whatever I can say, nature. So if you look at the logo into more details, you are going to see three colors. We have the blue color, we have the green color, and then we have the black color. The black color stands for African origin, which is on the lab. That is, you see Ekcolab, you see black. And then you have the green color, which stands for the environment. That is green nature. We must be able to safeguard and protect our planet from climate change. That is why you have the green. And then we have the water droplets, which already signifies water. So that is the full understanding of Ekcolab if you want to know in details. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And Mr. Prosper, somebody said about materials to do water testing in, I don't know, is that possible because of location?
Good evening, everyone. Now, concerning materials to do water testing, as Mr. Ekole rightly said, because of location, I don't think that will be very possible. But there is an app, the app sheet, which Mr. Ekole introduced. I'm sure he gave some screenshots about that app. So that's basically the key for this field work. I saw some questions about how field work will be carried out. So field work will be carried out basically through that app. It means we all have to get engaged in using that app, because that's where real-time data will be sent. That's your results will be sent there. Now with those your results, it gives us an opening to easily draw some predictions about a particular water source. Now, without necessarily passing through the lab for now, just that app and that result will give us an opening to predict if that water source is at risk or not. Just with those informations, I think we are good to go. So basically, that's how we're going to run it for now.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Prosper. And just to give a little heads up with that application, it's really very important. You just reminded me about something. So we should understand that this application is just a copy of the final version, because we are working already at the level of 95% to completion of the main application, which will be found on Google Play Store. So we have not yet released this application, and we'll have an official day of launching it, and probably not maybe next year, January or February. And you guys will have information about that if you stay put. And some of you work in water research, some of you work in community health, some of you work in some NGOs. It's a real time for you to get hold of this app, because we believe that by the time we have the app open up, a lot of people want to know how to use the app and to analyze what they have to analyze. So if you are here in this training, I'll just encourage you to be very vigilant in what we are doing. So the present version of what we are using now, we are using just a copy of the main application itself, which is still under development, 95%. I'm going to say that. So we just have a copy because of the training. We could not rush over things and then release because we have an international training. It's not really possible. So we just did a copy of that app of what we have as a main features of what it's going to be doing. And we just have to do it a way that we're going to pass it through another system called the app sheet. So we could be able to have you guys have a little bit of the experience of how the app is going to be functioning, or how far you are going to learn to use the app. Because when we release it, it's going to be on Play Store, and we're going to have a lot of, because we have a lot of community base all around the world. And in the nearest future, nearest few months to come, people start talking about it, and some organizations start wanting to use it. It's something really great. It's a direct application, not something you come and read like a storybook. No, it's for professionals and workers. So that's how I want you guys to understand what we are doing, and it's for your own advantage that you're here. And this year, I see some persons who were here last year. I think she can give us a little bit of testimony last year training and the updates which we are bringing up this year. I think Madam Celestina, she's from Nigeria. She was in this training. I really want to be honored to hear from you about how was the training last year. Madam Celestina, I'm honored. I want to get to know from you and see what.
Hello,
Madam
can you hear
Celeste.
me?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can get you.
Good evening, all.
Good
Yeah,
evening.
good evening.
Yeah, I participated in this training last year. For me, it was very interesting. I carried out the water sampling test. For last year, we made use of the sheet, not the app. So a sheet was sent to us, I think via mail. So we carried out the community. I carried out a community test just around my neighborhood, where I was able to determine how good or what will I say, how possibility of the water being contaminated and all that, where I submitted where I later, after filling the form, I submitted my form, and then I was assessed via that. For me, it was interesting. That was why I had to come back this year again to learn better using I think this one is more or less like a different approach, since we are making use of the the app you said.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I'm really, really happy to see you here again. It's really amazing. Yeah. So I want to encourage everyone, and as well as, I don't know if you have a question or a hand up, Mr. Prosper.
Yeah, I want to say something concerning what Mr. Adamu just asked in the comment section.
Okay.
Or he was asking about how is it possible to access water quality with an app. Now, what you do during fieldwork is that on that app, you will see a section there that will allow you to check some particular features or parameters about your water source. You'll be, let's say you're analyzing a well water, you'll be asked some few questions about the quality of the water and how that well is protected on that app. So with your result, you will give and submit. We don't just take it and keep it or store it somewhere. We take and we also analyze it. You do the field work, you send, we analyze and interpret. So there are some particular options you will give that is going to guide us to draw conclusion that this water sample might not be good for drinking. Just from your result you submit on that app. So that's a guideline to check if that water has good quality or not. Because if the water sample happens to have mainly negative aspect, like animals getting access to your water source, a toilet beside it, it gives us an idea already if that quality is good or not. I don't know if your question is answered.
Okay, there's a question here, very interesting question, somebody. I think Mr. Hassan, please, I would like you to answer this question for me, please. Or you made a mistake to be awarded the paper to use it for employment under public health. Somebody asked a question, and I think we already have testimonies from what we're doing, and so Mr. Hassan is really in a good position, maybe to give us a heads up with some few things.
Okay, I think I don't know what is his name, but about the organization, yes, it is well recognized, and because of this organization, I secure position in some other country, like including Australia, especially at Monash University, because of this organization. Like I depended this organization in Monash University, and they checked everything, and like we are certified person, we are registered, and very soon in the near future we will have a funded project, and we are collaborating. We started from few, and now today we are many. And don't worry about the organization, the certificate which we give you, it will have recognition, and you can verify the certificate. So don't worry about this. This organization is well recognized, and for employment, yes, I secure with the help of this. And today I am the part of this, and I will be forever. So we will award you a certificate which will give you recognition. So don't worry about the organization.
Yeah, very much interested. Thank you, Mr. Hassan. And also some other persons to have really good testimonials. Mr. Tochuku can also attest using the certificate and some applications which actually got recognized and got very, very much a good rating. I don't know if you can say something before we move to someone who is having the hand up. Mr. Tochuku.
Okay. Well, I've made use of the software for the training, and we critically evaluated every possibility of water contamination through both our physical environment and contingent measures of water pollution. So we had previous courses where we offered certificates as well. Just in summary, it's just whatever the course offers you, it's just worth the time. So for me, my certificate has assisted me in several applications I've made, like obtaining scholarships, applying to some conferences as well, because globally we are looking at the SDGs, and if you are making any maybe applications, submissions to any organization, they like to look at whatever goal you have or whatever achievement you have pertaining to the SDG. So the certificate has paved a lot of ways for me as well. And I'm just, most importantly, certificate aside, the knowledge base that we gain from it, it's on Ekcolab. So I can attest to it, and I'm just proud of whatever we offer. And it's very good to have all of us here who want to gain advantage from this course we are going to offer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I think let's go to the last question of the day. From, I think, Infinix Note 8. Yes, I don't know.
Menu, select power.
Okay, thank you very much. Kazoba Paul is my name. I'm from Uganda. My question would be about the app. Shall we be required to take our samples to a laboratory and incorporate the results into the app, or it doesn't have to be, or it doesn't have to be, the samples don't have to be taken to the lab for analysis? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. That question was answered already. It's going to be like a heads up Mr. Prosper gave already about using the application. So which means that right now, like we said, because of resources and all the rest, you can't have a way to take these samples to the lab, because some of our communities, or for example, some communities don't really have water quality laboratory or water testing laboratories. And this is why we understand these dynamics from a database. And this is why we're giving you guys the opportunity to use a more scientific and a more trusted approach by being able to analyze using your senses, and as well as using your critical mind and analytical skills, which is what we're trying to build from this. And the application is geared towards be able to ask questions about your environment and be able to assess to know if this water is going to be contaminated or not, if this water is going to have an issue or not. And like for instance, in Cameroon, we had an issue whereby we carry out this same approach, and we were able to dictate and tell the community members that there's going to be, like, in just a short period of time, we are going to have an outbreak of cholera epidemic. And they thought we were like maybe joking, because it's like, oh, maybe not because of this. But actually, in the space of 4 months, there was actually an outbreak that happened in that community in less than 4 months. So, and it started in that community in the whole of Cameroon. So this is what we do. And this is some system which is really good for some of you in these local areas where you don't have access to a lab, but you can use to tell that this water is not good, even without testing, at having the equipment to test. But mind you, like I said, we have equipment. We can't move, or we can't say we are coming to Uganda, because we must have some bilateral collaboration with the government and some other kind of things to bring up a training that will be implemented with both ends of the aspect, by doing through the field work, by doing through also with testing, and then be able to get a wrap up of what we have. But like I said, it is 70%, 80% guaranteed. If you're using the application, you're going to be able to understand that this water is good, it is not good, and that is it. It has been proven. We have been using it not today for over 3 years, and it's working. So it's an opportunity for you. I will say that again as a water professional. Thank you. In Zambia, they have.
There are some questions regarding to the if in the chat. Like they want to know about the.
Can someone use the app to analyze more than one source? Yes, of course. We have all the types of source of water you can think about in the app. Yeah, you can analyze it. A borehole, a tap, a household water, like a household container. Yeah, you can analyze it using
Another
that.
question from Zambia.
Yeah, Zambia. I'll check and see. We have an anthrax outbreak. What's the question? Yeah, this question also goes the same with what we have been saying all along here. We need a bilateral collaborations and to be able to do anything. As we stand, we can't just get into Zambia because you're there, and probably maybe you are not a member. But Zambia is a member country. We have the leaders and in Zambia already, and some of them are in the meeting as well. They are part of what we're doing. So in any case, if you want to join the Zambia group, I don't know if somebody can send this chat group for Zambia people, and later on you'll be followed up to know if you're going to join or not. But I think Mr. Luke from Malawi already sent the link. Those from Malawi, you could join the group for Malawi, and thereafter you could be assessed if you're joining as a member or not. Remember, membership is not paid. Everything is free. We give it for free. It's not anything we are asking for from Ekcolab team. I think we are done today. There are no more questions. So please, we wait for you guys in the next day of the program, which is going to be on the 10th or on the 6th, because we have a training here and I'm trying to check on the timetable once more. We have a lot of things to do.
There are some questions in the chat before closing.
Questions again?
Will you provide the certificate? Yes, you will be provided the certificate, and there is one more question regarding the app. Is able to give based on the information?
Yeah, we answered that already.
We
answered that already. So
if there is any questions, you can post in the WhatsApp group.
So our next training will be, our next session will be on the seat, which is water quality and diseases. So that's the next online session we are going to have. But remember, videos will be sent today. Link to the videos to go through the course, water quality and diseases. You have to know the type of diseases which are found in water. Some of you just know only about cholera and the rest, like typhoid. That's just all some of us know. But there are a lot to know from this course. So you have to go through that video on YouTube, and then you get understanding. And on the seat, we are going to meet here for your questions. And then the next will be on the 9th, which will be environmental field techniques and analysis of water, which is the key course of the practical. If you are going to work on this practical, you must attend this session on the 9th. And also the videos will be sent as well. And the links, as in the links of the videos, will be sent to the group chat. Please be diligent and be dedicated. And you are in a journey to change the course of your career. And I assure you that you're in the right place. If there's no questions, I think that's it for today.
Yeah, there is a question. So, all the students will be awarded with the certificate after successful evaluation. Yes. There is the same question regarding the app. So, okay. So I think we already answered. If they, if they have any questions, so they can post in the WhatsApp group.
Yeah. Okay. I think we are done for today. Thank you everyone for coming, and really we wish you all a happy and very interesting training sessions, and we are going to be able to do a lot of things together. Thank you and bye-bye.
Thank you to everyone.